Well, when our country was formed, representative government was the only way for our people to have a voice in Washington.
That's right.
Today, with our superior communications, the people have the ability to vote real time. Why can't we have national referendums on major issues like health care, where 75% of the people would have to vote affirmatively before it becomes law? That would serve, excuse me a moment, that would serve a very good purpose. People can't vote for something they haven't seen and don't understand, so it would force the government to put the facts in front of us.
His question was, why not a referendum on some of these major issues? I think that has a lot of merit. Now, I would say that I do believe you would have to amend the Constitution in order to make that mandatory. But it does kind of get to the heart of transparency and representative government. I mean, our job is not to go to Washington and dictate back to you as to what we're doing, but is to represent the wishes of our district in Washington, D.C. Let's take Oakland County to Washington, not impose Washington on Oakland County, which seems to be the approach. It is doing things like getting out and meeting your constituents, being willing to stand up and say, let's ask any question, let's talk about it, let's see what we're doing, and so you can build it. Unfortunately, Congressman Peters had one town hall meeting on the issue of health care. And he only had that because of the pressure of folks from the Tea Parties and others saying, hey, hear us out. Now, I don't know if any of you were there. I was. It was at the West Bloomfield High School. The auditorium was about three-quarters, yeah, you couldn't get in, right? It was already three-quarters filled as soon as they opened the door. And, you know, it was a bit of a dog and pony show that I really don't think was representative of our district. And, you know, I'm sorry, if you don't hear from the people, you can't represent them. But let me tell you what I think we need to do. You talk about technology. Why don't we, and I tell you I'm going to do this, use my website every day to tell you how I voted on the floor of the House that day. So if you're interested, you go to, you know, welday.gov or whatever it is, and you can see, voted X, Y, and Z on these bills. It'll tell you what tomorrow's schedule is going to be. Highlighted. If you're interested, you can click through. You can read the text of the bill. You can send me an email. The other thing I'm going to do is, if you've been on the internet, some of these websites have, you know, are you for or against health care? And you click a yes or no button, and you add it to the total, right? Now, I don't pretend to say that that's scientifically representative, but I do think it does indicate where people are. I have no doubt that this district opposed the Obama-Pelosi health care plan, and if Gary Peters had taken the time to listen, he would have known that. But he didn't do that. And the passion that's out there would be reflected by giving people that kind of a voice. But it's being in the community, it's holding meetings like this, it's using the technology to hear from folks, not just sending you a standard form letter every time you call, or the office puts all the, here's the trick that they use, they put all the lines, they click all the lines in. So when you call Gary Peters' office, you get a busy signal, right? Well, they're not answering the phone because they know what you have to say, and they just soon not talk to you. I think that is disgraceful. And that's something that we need